welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews. It is a cold, sunny, and windy Tuesday. You can probably see the flag down there, so as I'm taking the video, you'll see it flapping in the breeze. I don't know how fast the wind's blowing. If I was to venture a guess, I would probably say, I don't know, 7 to 10 miles an hour, maybe a little bit more. But I have a chance to get out here and shoot, so that's what I'm going to do. So starting out, I have my nice 1935 Mosin Nagant 9130, and as I showed in my preview video, I picked this one up. I haven't even shot it yet. I've had it for a couple of years, believe it or not, even though I haven't shot it. And so you're going to come along with me for the first couple of shots that I take with this. And what I'm shooting today is some Wolf, I think it was Military Classic. I forget what the weight on these bullets is, but it's Wolf Military Classic. And I have some really cheap Chinese stripper clips that don't seem to want to feed into the rifle. So this ought to be a lot of fun. But let's go ahead and see. Nope, these things are absolute garbage. I'm sorry I even bought these. Well, I guess I'm single feeding my ammo today. There's no use in buying stripper clips if they don't work. So these little Chinese tin ones, I bought 50 of them for 20 bucks. They don't even fit in the freaking receiver. So I guess I'm gonna single load today, which isn't really a problem. Super simple in the Mosin Nagant to single feed. Take the round, put it towards the front of the chamber, drop it in and push it back, because these are rimmed. So if you don't put it in and slide it back, the rim of the top round is gonna catch on the rim of the round below it, and it's not gonna wanna load. So if you do it correctly, they load fine. So here we go. This is the first shot with the Mosin Nagant 9130. I'm out at 100 yards just because the sights on these things start at 100 meters and the sights are always way off. So here we go. Yes. I forgot how much I love the Mosin Nagant. I have no idea where I'm heading. It's just a paper target, not a shoot and see, but I just wanted to get it out and take some shots. From here, it almost looks like I'm hitting perfectly center of mass, which would be amazing if this thing was actually sighted in for 100 yards, because as many of you know, the Russian army actually sighted these in with bayonets on them, and I don't have a bayonet on it. So usually at 100 yards, these tend to shoot about a foot high, and they usually shoot off to the right. I think it's off to the right. So you have to compensate. You go like to the bottom of the target and you shoot to the bottom left corner. You're usually in the middle. This one seems to be pretty good, but again, I can only roughly see where my shots are hitting on the paper because it's just regular paper, and it kind of looks like I'm generally in center of mass on there. So this may be a shorter video than I had originally intended because it's a lot colder than I expected. Let's see if this stripper clip works. Nope, it's just bending. This thing is absolute garbage. I'm gonna have to send the guy an email. These are absolute garbage. They don't fit into the receiver. They don't feed rounds. It was a waste of money. Well, live and learn, I guess. They're absolute garbage. I like the SKS stripper clips better because it's just a bent strip of steel and you just slide the rounds right in. They work good. These things, they're just really thin stainless steel, bent up. They don't even fit in the receiver. Absolute garbage. And I should have known better because the company I bought these from, pretty much everything I bought from them has been cheap Chinese knockoffs that don't fit in what they're intended to, but live and learn. Here we go, take a few more shots. I think this thing's sighted in perfectly. I gotta check, but I'm hitting right in the center of that target. I can see the dirt behind it flinging up, so this is a Again, a 9130, it's a full-length barrel. It's so long I can barely fit it in the picture, but if you want a really good history on the Mosin Nagant rifles, check out C and Arsenal. It's the C ampersand Arsenal on YouTube. They have like a 2-hour long video on the Mosin Nagant and its history. Probably the best history I found on these things. And you know, I know a little bit from watching videos like Hickok 45 and others like that. And I've owned now 3 of them. This is the 3rd one that I purchased, and it shoots probably better than the first 9130 that I got. I also have an M44 that I'm going to take out here in a couple minutes. So let me go ahead and switch over to the M44, and I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, so this is my M44. This is a 1944 year of manufacture. This was an imported by R Guns in Carpentersville, Illinois, I think. This is a Ishvesk Arsenal. This is again the carbine, so this has the fold-out bayonet, which is still on it. And no, I'm not going to shoot with the bayonet out. I just want to show that it's still there. I'm also using a butt pad on here. I forget what brand it is, but it was relatively inexpensive. I think I paid like $6 for it when I bought it. 2 reasons. Again, if you watch any Hickok 45 videos on the Mosin Nagant, the length of pull on these is actually relatively short. So even with this butt pad, which is a 1-inch extension, it's still a very short length of pull. I mean, I prefer to be a little bit longer. The other thing is 7.62 54R can kick pretty bad. So if you want to shoot more than 10 or 15 rounds out of this thing, you better have a butt pad on it. So let me go ahead and load this guy up, and I'll get some rounds on target. Yeah, these clips are absolute garbage. I'm so upset. I'm gonna have to return them. They don't even go into the gun. They're garbage. Absolute garbage. So I wasted a whole bunch of time loading rounds onto stripper clips. Now I gotta take them all back off and ship all the stupid clips back to the place in California that I bought them from. So here we go with the M44. I always forget how big the muzzle flash of this thing is. I hope it gets caught on camera because it is just awesome. I love the way this thing sounds. Holy crap. You can't get any more satisfaction than that of a bolt action rifle, let me tell you. Again, I think I'm on target. I'm probably a little bit to the left. I don't even care, dude. The muzzle flash out of this gun just puts such a smile on my face. It's actually pretty soft shooting. Again, this is Wolf Military Classic. I think they're 174 grain, something like that. Bimetal casing, non-corrosive. And it really, I'm shooting the non-corrosive because I don't want to have to go home and Windex this thing down as soon as I get home. So shoot non-corrosives, have some fun, and then sorry, my camera keeps slipping. I forgot my tripod again, so my apologies. I love the fireballs. The M44 feels a little bit softer shooting just because a lot of the energy comes out the muzzle with the fireball. Both of these guns are absolute sweethearts to shoot. This M44 I picked up from a state trooper a few years back. Believe it or not, I paid $265 for this thing. Now, I haven't seen an M44 in probably 4 years locally anywhere. And if you did, they're probably over $600, maybe even a little bit more. Now the 9130, this one I picked up from Cabela's about 2 years ago, and this particular one I paid $350 for. And again, just like the M44, the Mosin Nagant market has dried up a little bit, so this gun, even though I paid $350 for it, is probably worth somewhere around $500, maybe even a little bit more, $550 or something like that, just because the market's gone absolutely crazy this year. Even the shops that used to sell these things for $279, $329, they're selling them over $500. So guns are a good investment, and they're a lot of fun to shoot. So why don't I do that instead of talking your ear off? 762 by 54R. Sounds like a lullaby. When the bow breaks, the muzzle will flash. Anyway. There. Not good, but I'm always expecting, oh, I don't have the recoil pad on this one, that's why it hurts more. That's all right. That one's low. All right, so I'm walking up to my target, and again, standing, rather rapid fire. That's at 100 yards. Now, is that a good group? Heck no. But pretty much every one of my rounds is on paper. I know I pulled a couple low. I see one on the left side right over here, but let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I shot 20 rounds. All 20 of them are on the target. Now again, not the greatest placement, but I wasn't really taking my time. I wasn't really breathing well. I was just seeing if the sights were good. They look pretty good to me. I knew I was hitting center of mass on this thing, but that's pretty good. So anyway, that's a short little range time video of the Mosin Nagant 762 by 54R. You saw me shoot the M44 with those massive fireballs, and you saw me shoot the M91 30. Very fun guns if you can find them for an affordable price. And again, they used to be, in my area, I used to be able to pick them up for between $279 and $350. Now, if you can find them, they're between $500 and $600 for a 9130. And if you can find an M44, you're probably going to spend an extra $150 to $200. So I don't feel bad at all. I mean, I started buying Mosins when people said you used to be able to buy them for $100 or 75 bucks. Well, those days were long gone by the time I started getting into it. And now the days of $300 Mosin Nagants are gone. Hopefully they'll come back. Thanks for watching Cranky Gun Reviews. Have a great day. God bless America. Make sure you support your 2A rights.